everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Genetic Canvas, where we highlight one mutation every show and invite cutting-edge breeders to help us all learn about the identifications, morph interactions, project foundations, and complex genetic stacking as they inspire us with the animals that set new standards. This week's episode you're joining us for is actually a sponsor showcase with Genetic Genesis. And tonight we are going to really take a deeper dive into their collection, really see all the mutations they're working with. I gave them their homework for this episode, so we really tried to get prepared to give you guys a good show and really dive into these genetics. Hopefully everybody can learn something, but really we want to see what they're doing behind the scenes and bring out some of their niche projects, some of their small time projects that are these lesser worked mutations. And I think they're going to surprise some of us what these projects are. So tonight joining us for our co-host is a new sponsor to the network, and that's going to be Tyler with Tyler's Toxic Balls. And he's also working with Fuzzy Acres Rodents, right?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully I got that correct.
Yep.
Fuzzy Acres, right? Yep. So tell us about your new business venture.
And Fuzzy Acres is it's newly mine, but it's a rodent company that was founded in the early 2000s in Rochester, New York. It was actually the first job I ever had when I was 13. I worked for the previous owner. It was one of the largest rodent facilities in New York. And when I was looking to expand my own rodent business, I met with my old boss, Ryan, and talked to him. He was the only person that knew what it was like to run a larger scale rodent facility. And he mentioned that he was looking to sell out. So in February, we purchased Fuzzy Acres. We got into a 7,500 square foot warehouse that we breed all our rats in, and actually purchased another rodent company, Exotic Designs Reptiles Rodent Company in Connecticut, all in February. Moved it all in and have been, shipping and breeding rats like crazy over the past few months. So, we decided to sponsor the entire Whiskey Bomb network, all the shows on the network. You can use Whiskey Bomb
Tyler
10% off of everything on Fuzzy Acres. Your orders are going to be 300 or more, free shipping, and then use that code for 10% off your whole orders as well.
Heck yeah, man. We appreciate that so much. And make sure you guys check out the website and get those savings. That 10% off is good for the entire order. So, and you said free shipping over 500?
300. Yep.
300.
Yep.
Even better. So, and also, along with that sponsorship code, we have some other amazing sponsors on the network. So for shedtesting.com with Charlie over there, use code WhiskeyBomb15 for 15% off 2 shed tests. Banners at the bottom. And then Black Box Reptile Cages. Make sure you use WhiskeyBomb25 for 5% off your entire order. And then we got ForeverKennedy.com. Make sure you use 10% off for your entire order and free shipping over $50. And all custom. We really appreciate their support over here, and make sure you give them a look. Whiskey Bomb 25 at the Cocoa Dude for 25% off the chipper. Make sure you guys are checking out these codes, man. Don't miss out on all these good deals. And then I'm a new partner affiliate with Husbandry Pro, so use code SELECTIVE60 for 60 days free trial at Husbandry Pro. And speaking of our sponsors, why don't you guys enjoy these words, and we'll be right back.
Banana Bread Royals demonstrates that taking risks leads to incredible rewards. Their work with hypo is outstanding, and the way they combine it with their Wookiee line is truly unparalleled. The interaction with other genes like Blackhead and Stranger produces breathtaking, one-of-a-kind animals. Be sure to follow them on Morph Market and Instagram. Static Morph's an up-and-coming breeder has been working quietly under the radar and producing some heat, most notably working Stranger and Chocolate into DG, Clown, and Pied combos. Go on their Morph Market today and see what they have available. Lindworm Exotics specializes in a multitude of reptiles such as ball pythons, dual boas, coastal rosy boas, and false water cobras, to name a few. They are dedicated to providing the public with well-adjusted animals with superior quality. Follow them on Instagram and Morph Market. Black Box Reptile Cages should be your go-to for high-quality reptile enclosures and rack systems. They offer versatile hatchling and adult racks that work with both Vision and Freedom Breeder tubs, as well as a wide range of terrestrial, arboreal, and bioactive cages. Located in Beaufort, Georgia, Black Box Reptile Cages offers local pickup as well as ship and freight. Check them out at blackboxcages.com and use code WhiskeyBomb25 for 5% off. Ninja Balls is more than a breeder, he's a creator. He's the innovative thinker that brought you the Kiki Ball. He strives to make living works of art and improve upon them year in and year out. Follow him today on Instagram and Morph Market, and know that with each purchase you make, you're getting quality. Selected Reptiles works with a wide range of genetic combos, including Hypo VPI Xanthic, DG VPI Xanthic, and Zebra, but where they stand out is their work with Monsoon, Monarch, Sunset, and other high-end morphs. In addition to reptiles, they produce premium feeder rodents, delivering to Florida, Georgia, and North and South Carolina. Make sure to use promo code WhiskeyBomb5 for 5% off any snake. Check them out on Wolf Market or reach out directly. From fur to feathers, Fuzzy Acres has your feeder needs covered. Whether you're looking for frozen rats, bulk rabbits, or harder to find feeders like quail and guinea pigs, they've got the stock serious keepers rely on. Visit fuzzyacres.com for clean, healthy feeders that are frozen and shipped with care. Remember to use code WhiskeyBomb10 to save 10% on any order, and as always, enjoy free shipping on all orders over $300.
Shout out to our sponsors. Make sure you guys go and give them a follow on all those social medias, because just like those codes, if you mention that you saw them on the genetic canvas, they'll likely hook you up a little bit. But we like the feedback. We like to hear that you guys are reaching out to our sponsors from our show, and we appreciate the support from everybody. So appreciate all you guys in the chat, everybody watching the replay, gang. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell. There's a show every single week, and it's not always reptiles. So make sure you check out the whole network. And replay gang, comment hashtag replay gang for us so that we know that you were here. We appreciate you guys. So Genetic Genesis has an incredible list of mutations in their racks. So recessively, they're carrying 15 mutations, and incomplete dominance, they're carrying 48 mutations. And that's spread across 10 projects that we're going to be diving into tonight with them. So I hope everybody's excited about what we're here to find out, because I know that there's some secrets hiding in those racks, and I'm excited to get into it. So let's welcome Scott from Genetic Genesis.
How we doing this evening?
How's it going, man?
Oh, pretty good.
Glad to have you. I know Jordan's going to be joining us in a little bit.
He'll be here after he gets out of the office, so.
I know.
Part of having a clinic.
Super excited to have you guys on and actually give you the spotlight and really see everything that you guys have as far as your projects. And this list is pretty amazing. So I'm just going to run through all these mutations with you guys here. And if you hear one that interests you, that piques your interest, drop it in the comments, and we'll try to circle back and see what animals he has if we don't cover it for you guys. So in the recessives, we have Clown, Cryptic, Hypo, DG, Desert Ghost, Piebald, Enhancer, Ultramel Monarch, Candy, Lavender Albino, GCR MJ Xanthic, VPI Xanthic, Genetic Stripe Puzzle, and Sunset. So that's a total arsenal right there, especially when you start mixing those things together. And then on the incomplete dominant side, this is where things get interesting. We have Acid, Asphalt, Blade, Chocolate, Hydra, Lace, Lesser, Pastel Red Stripe, Scrambler, Spark, Stranger, Yellow Belly, Blackhead Bongo, Calico, GHI, Granite, Honey, Jungle Wama, Mahogany, Motley, Shadow, Special, Vanilla, Banana, Black Pastel, Butter, True Butter, Cinnamon, Cypress, Disco, Enchi, Fire, Gravel, Hidden Gene Wama, Mojave, Russo Spectre, or Russo and then Spectre, Spot Nose, Sulfur, Voodoo, Wookie, Hurricane, Leopard, Pinstripe, Orange Dream, Redhead, and Confusion. So that is just an incredible list. Now, before we get into things here, let's just ask where that list started compiling. What were like some of the beginning, the genetics you kind of brought in to start out these projects, get going forward, getting deeper.
So, I mean, initially the big ones were Clown, Pied, and I guess you could say Sunset. Jordan bought a 1.3 of 33% het sunsets because I was like, you hit it, great. If not, not something I'm 100% sold on. And of course, the first breeding, he gets 2 spot no sunsets. So I'm like, all right. So I guess we'll play with Sunset. But those were the first ones that we really started playing with. I remember probably one of my bigger mistakes when we started out was I remember doing research on different genes and that, and I started researching what I thought was Desert Ghost and what was actually Desert. And so I'm reading all the negatives, and I'm like, nah, we want to stay away from that. When you could have picked up a visual Desert Ghost for a couple $100.
Yeah, $200 around that time.
So made that mistake and learned later on. But a lot of these genes have just compounded over the years. It's one of those,
over time.
You look at something, our problem is instead of trying to stick to one thing, we see different genes and start visualizing how they mix with other things. It's like, well, so if we get one animal of this and do the long route of mixing it here and here, and yeah, it's
so that brings up a good question. When you invested to really try to push new boundaries and create different animals, like when you were starting to take that kind of route, what I lost the good question I had, but what kind of I guess what projects did you fall into naturally? Because we all know that through breeding. Okay, that was the question. So when you first started investing, how much knowledge did you have about the genetics at that time that you were investing really heavily into these deeper projects? And how much did you have to learn as you were going? Because I think that's an interesting thing for a lot of people that are newer to this, because it might scare them to invest on a stronger level without knowing too much. But I feel like we all somewhat do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's we had the clown stuff, we had, like I said, the pied stuff, and it's one of those we were fairly comfortable. We knew our base morphs, we knew more of the common incompletes that we were working with. And it's like, okay, we know we can identify this, we can identify this, and so as we started working with that stuff, then there was somebody here locally that had a pretty advanced collection that was one of our buddies that was looking to get out, so we took that on. Well, that had a bunch of other stuff, so now it's like, okay, this is what this is in base form. Now how do we identify it when it gets put with XYZ in this other form? And so there's been some learning along the way. I think any breeder is going to tell you when you start mixing 5, 6 incompletes into one animal,
Yeah, you're gonna be
it gets
guessing to a level.
it gets a little interesting trying to figure out
It's
what all's there.
educated estimations at that point, really. I mean, we're all trying to guess, and we make our assumptions. We have strong assumptions and we have weak assumptions. Like
Right.
yes, that I'm
Yep.
positive. We can say that about things and still be wrong, but you know, for the most part, like a pastel, it's like yeah, I'm positive that's a pastel.
Yeah.
But are you positive it's a super pastel? Sometimes not really, because if there's fire involved with pastel and a possibility of super pastel, now you're playing with fire, literally.
Yeah.
So a
Oh yeah.
firefly and a super pastel are going to be very similar to someone that's, getting in, that's newer and having a first clutch with those both in the same pairing.
Yeah. And that's so, and there are some of the incompletes that we've got that haven't, like you said, have not been worked with that much. And so we're kind of on the ground level, but they're ones that even in the base form can be tricky to pick out. And
Hmm.
so it's one of those, you there. I've held back several out of the one project just because I'm like, I think it's there, but I'm not 100% that it's there. It's in the lesser form of that genetic combo. It's almost worse than lace because, like lace, okay, you normally pick them out of the egg, but sometimes you have to wait a couple sheds, and then it's like, okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
lace. There's a couple of these other ones that it's like 7 sheds later. Like I had one in the for sale rack forever, and I was cleaning one day, and I popped it open. I'm like, I looked at the number. I'm like, what is this? And I went back and looked up the clutch. I'm like, oh, at 6 months
Oh
old
my
now, I'm
God.
like, now I see
And what
something else here that I
mutation
wasn't
was
seeing.
that?
Yeah.
What's that? What gene is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Hydra.
Hydra, okay. Do you have
Yeah.
that animal you can pull out for us? I wanted to cover some of these more interesting um, genetics before we dive into the projects, so that's a good one.
And like I said, it's this one's probably not the best. Uh,
Anybody coming in late past the intro, make sure you guys are hitting that like button and make sure you guys are catching that replay because we dropped a bunch of new sponsorship codes in the beginning of this video. So catch that replay.
There we go.
do we lose? Oh, there we go.
No
And like
buster zone in here.
I said, this isn't the best example. This is what I would call a low grade,
Okay.
but it,
I
it
like how
started out
melty it is.
well, and it's as it's gotten older, it's got more yellow. So like fresh out of the egg, it just looked like a clown. So I'm like, okay, no big deal.
Yeah,
And
I can
now the
tell more
shed,
gold.
it keeps yeah. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
hold on, because that's one of the things that Hydra in the clown form gets brighter as they get older, whereas in the
And the
head
one
clown,
thing I can tell about it not being a normal clown right off the bat is how blushed out the dorsal is.
It was
Yeah.
crazy blushed. Yeah.
Blown out, yeah. That's not
Yeah.
a normal clown alone from that.
no. So like, so that
The
was one
head
of them. Is like,
stamp's kind of weird too, huh?
well, and so that's he's kind of got, as I can pull other ones out, but his head stamp kind of
There we go.
resembles several of them in that gene.
Okay.
They kind of have I don't know, in some of them it's more of a middle finger head stamp, but
Gotcha. It's more of a block with a little nub on the top.
correct. Um, but so like I said, that was just one example of like I said, I had it out or had him for sale and then got to
Man,
looking
someone
one
would have
day and
got lucky with that.
yeah, oh yeah. And there's a couple people that are in that project. They're like, well, it's one of those. It's probably not the best example. Is it something you really want to use? And it's like, well, at this point, we're trying to get to the super form, so it's like we need to see everything we can.
Yeah.
So while we're on the Hydra, do you have any other Hydra examples that you might want to show off? Because this is
Sure.
one that really piques a lot of interest, especially my own. I know I've seen a couple of your animals on the other episodes, but now we're here, we can see them all.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this.
Do you
this
have
one,
anything that has Hydra and then the same genetic combo without the Hydra?
Yeah, except for this one's in
Cool.
shed. So one thing that we noticed with Hydra
Appreciate
is
everybody in the chats.
in clown form, it stays more, like I said, he's in shed, but stays more brown.
Yeah, that thing is
So
like
black,
glowing.
black pastel butter Hydra het clown.
Even
First-
the butter blushing color palette, it's just more reddish tone, more of that copperish reddish tone in the
Right.
blushing.
And every het clown we've made with it has kept that kind of copper color.
Yeah.
Whereas you put it in clown form
Wow.
and they get bright.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's the lesser Hydra
Black
yellow
pastel.
belly.
No,
Okay,
no yellow,
black
just black pastel butter Hydra.
Oh wow.
And who'd you get the Hydra stuff from? Because that was a Rennick project.
That is, it's a
Right,
Rennick
so-
project. Our buddy Ryan, that helps us out a little bit, worked for Rennick for years,
Okay.
and so he got a black pastel butter Hydra from Rennick years ago, and finally got it he made some clown versions of it a couple years ago. Justin bought one, Bob Boo bought the other one. Those were the only two that were sold. And so we were talking. He's like, I need more clowns to put it to. And I was like, a couple of years ago, I'm like, I don't have, I've got 4 or 5 clowns that I'm not doing anything with. We can do some split projects. So, we started doing some split stuff. But like that's like I said, the best example of clown versus non-clown, because those are actually siblings out of the clutch mates. But like I said,
Yeah.
every non that we've made stays brown through adult, whereas your lights, and I can show you, so that one there, I can show you Dad, who's the exact same genetics.
And is clown the only recessive that's in this project?
Right now.
Okay.
Oh,
And where are you going to be adding this into? What kind of direction are you going to be taking recessively with that Hydra mutation overall?
I mean, eventually I want to get hypo into it. We'll get DG into it. I don't,
The clown. Okay.
it's they're like I said, we're still trying to figure out what all it does, because it hasn't been put into that much. But there's an example, like I said, those are the exact same genetics, and Dad, at the same age as that little one, was brown, and they just keep getting brighter and brighter and brighter.
And the one thing that's interesting about it, honestly, is that lesser clown combos at the size of the larger snake are typically much less distinct between the pattern. So Hydra's helping it keep that distinction.
Well, and I'll take it one step further, because you say that.
Shit.
I'll pull out a real big one.
He said paint, say paint. Was that in the list? I don't
Monarch.
think that one was in the list.
Monarch.
They do have Monarch.
Oh yeah.
They are
can't
not
wait for that
working in paint.
section.
And unfortunately, this big one is deep in blue.
Hold up.
But normally she is more neon yellow than the little one. So
And what is that one exactly?
Spot nose lesser Hydra clown.
Okay, so instead of the black pastel, you get the spot nose.
Yeah, but normally, like I said, she's deep in blue. Normally, you pull her out, because I can pull her out normal, and when she's not in shed, versus I've got just another lesser clown.
Yep.
The lesser clown looks like she does right now, any day of the week, and this thing literally is normally neon yellow.
Yeah. I got a question for you about, you work specific genetics that obviously aren't very far along. Are your initial pairings for it to toss right into recessives, or do you focus more on adding some codoms in first to see what it kind of works with?
So we're doing both. So like with the Hydra stuff, we got it in a het form, and so our first couple of breedings were het to het, but then
Right.
Like that first year when we worked with Ryan trying to get some het clowns and that, trying to get some females to use down the road. We made 20 babies.
Okay.
5 did not have butter.
Nice.
Yeah.
A
Makes
fourth
sense.
of them. It was the opposite odds.
Shit.
Billy was just talking about odds, and I had somebody who was telling me about how they had a clown to a het and didn't hit any clowns at all, and like 6 or 8 eggs. And Billy was talking about, I think it was 2 different clutches, almost 18 eggs. I'm just quoting off the top of my head. It's probably wrong, but like basically something around 20 eggs, and the odds were 1 and 2, and he hit like 2 out of the whole 20. Basically, it's like your odds could be the total opposite of what you expect. You never know.
Oh, I had a clutch today. Females an OD het pied, and I took an OD yellow belly visual pied to her last year. 6 eggs, no pieds.
Really?
Wow.
So I took her. I'm like, I'll give her 1 more year. So I took our cinnamon leopard double het enhancer pied male to her this year. I got 2 eggs. Now, granted, these were probably some of the biggest ball python eggs I've ever seen, but 2 eggs. There's a cinnamon leopard in one, and there's an OD pied in the other. And this was het to het. Where het to visual, I got nothing.
Yeah. It's weird how it can work out sometimes. Like I have specific males where I'm like, well, I know I'm only gonna make. It's weird. I have a GHI Mojave Black Pastel het pied, KRG het pied. I put him to 4 visual pieds so far over 2 years, and he's given me 1 pied a clutch. Every clutch,
Wow.
1 pied, never 2, never 0. Pied a clutch. I'm like, you asshole.
What do we got on screen here?
So the real bright one is OD Black Pastel Hydra butter clown.
Wow.
And the other one is one of the non-butters we made, and that's just an OD Hydra clown.
How much of the Hydra stuff have you been letting go? Or are you still in the process of holding almost everything back?
Yeah, we're hoarding most of it. We've let go of like a couple hets.
Okay.
But the problem, like I said, there is a super form. Ben had made the super form. I've spoke with Dave Levinson about it because he, got a lot of that collection. We were at his facility last week talking and looking at some stuff, and not knowingly, I think he hit some super hydras last year, but not in the clown form.
Gotcha.
But so the big thing is trying to get the butter out of it so we can see what it does on its own with other genetics.
That's great with the OD clown there. It definitely, you can see the interaction that it's making there. OD clown is so consistent, I would call it.
And that's just OD Hydra, nothing else?
Yep. So the other problem is everything we've made so far without butter has been males. So, it's just, it's one of those, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
So,
but
one of the other mutations that you're working that piqued my interest was Jungle Wama. What are you doing with that mutation?
I've literally got 1 clown that came to us in a collection, and she's actually in pre-lay blue shed right now. She's a Jungle Woma clown. I'm trying to remember who she even went to. I think she went to... I'm just going to pull it up here. I think... Where's he at? I want to say she went to our spot nose yellow belly DG double head hypo clown.
Okay. Jungle Wom was an interesting one.
It's very reduced. It reminds me more of kind of a blade type pattern.
So you have 2 mutations known in the same complex there, and that's Jungle Wama and Mario. And Mario is the busier one with more keyholes, and then Jungle Wama is the more blade-looking one, like you're saying, more reduced. And then the super of the Jungle Wama is called the puzzle back, because basically it's the whole sides are reduced, and then it looks like a puzzle up down its back. And Yeah, I'm working the Mario, so that's why I was wondering what you were doing with the Jungle Llama. But we'll
It's
have
like
to
I said,
see, I guess, what you make in the
it's
future.
yeah, it's literally one of those that, like I said, there is, and I think it's a red stripe, if I remember right, red stripe jungle woman clown, and it's one of those I'm like, uh, it's a visual clown. Okay,
We'll do
I'll
something with
figure
it.
out something for it.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's the route it went to.
Okay.
I was just pulling it up here. Like I, I'm like, well, I've got it. It's a visual clown. It's a female.
Mhm.
Let's see. Um,
It's honestly amazing how much the contrast holds, even with the OD on top.
Two.
oh, I lied. That'll be a very interesting combo.
Oh yeah.
Line.
So
Which
that
pair?
actually that went to our big Wookiee boy. So the black pastel, red stripe, yellow belly Wookiee clown.
Oh okay.
So
So with
your
Jungle Llama and all that,
jungle
yeah,
llama
that's
plus
gonna be.
possible super red stripe.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Hey, Mario's it. I love Mario.
you're gonna have to hire Charlie to help you with that test, with those IDs. What's up, Mitzi? How's it going tonight? And anybody in the chat that, if you are a part of the Weekend Warrior tier and you are joining the show tonight, we will throw up your Weekend Warrior badge up on the screen for our show also, just like any other show on the network. So consider becoming a Weekend Warrior tier member on the channel, Whiskey Bomb Network, Keys Constrictors. And if you guys are not watching on YouTube, come on over to the Keys Constrictors YouTube channel, drop a like, head over to the Selective Creations YouTube channel, because right now we are streaming on both YouTube channels, Twitch and Instagram. So come join us in the chats on YouTube. That's where we interact the most.
So what is that?
while we're on Hydra, so we're not 100%. Like I said, it's kind of picky.
That's single.
This could be Hydra by itself. It could be Hydra spot nose. We're not 100%.
Let's see the head.
It's gotta be. That's gotta be Spot.
Because it's funny because a
I
couple
don't know.
people are like,
Hydra has that head stamp though,
yeah,
in the clowns.
yeah. So yeah, I've had a couple of people that are like, I don't know if it's spot nose, and I'm like,
Well,
I
what
don't know.
was that original snake you pulled at the first Hydra you pulled out today that you were like,
The
it's not the
non-clown.
greatest example. No, the visual clown where you were like, it was for sale, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Oh
dorsal,
yeah, that one.
it was a
dorsal,
thick, full dorsal, and even saying if it's not a perfect example of it, you know
But
what I mean?
but my question with the if this is spot nose,
Yeah,
almost
gotta
every
be.
alien head breaks across.
I would say it's still got to be Spot nose
Like I
Hydra.
said, and that's where Dave Levinson and a bunch of them that have worked the Hydra stuff. We've all kind of tossed it, and it's like, well, it's one of the few females we made. We're going to keep it. If we
Yeah.
hit a super out of it, we know it is. If we don't, then it's just a weird spot. But yeah,
Are you positive it's even spot nose?
positive it's what spot nose.
Spot nose, yeah. I mean, you can
Well, like I
test
said,
it for spot nose
yeah, you can.
I would.
because it don't look spot nose to me at all.
Well, so here's
It looks more like a yellow bellied blade clown than it does a spot nose, and that
So
to
there-
me, it doesn't look like blade by any means. I'm just saying, like, that's the most similar combo I could think of. Even the head stamp is more along the lines of like yellow belly clownish.
so there
Right.
yeah. So there was no yellow belly in pairing. So that was our
Exactly.
black pastel butter hydra clown
Nope.
to a spot nose het clown.
But can we get her head stamp closer or his head stamp closer? If you look at the other Hydra clowns, how you're saying they want to do like the two circles with the connection across and the spot going up. It's like
Right.
that wants to do the same thing. The two spots with the circle in the back and the little jog up the neck.
Yep.
I don't see spot nose in that head at all.
Well, it's
Well,
because it's probably because Hydra's taken over the head stamp.
No,
Right, 'cause-
spot nose head stamp is dominant over everything except for cinnamon, lesser, black pastel. I mean, Mojave. I mean, you could even get. I have a GHI spot nose clown that's got a crazy head stamp. I think
So
I don't
there's-
see that. I don't see spot nose. I want you to test it.
All right, I'm putting $50 on
there-
its Spot nose, Jared.
So there's the
All
sibling
right,
that's
I'll bet
also,
you.
So there's the sibling that's got butter that we know is spot nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see the head of that spot nose. It's different. The one thing that the spot nose does in all, I mean, the one thing the spot nose is doing there though is it's going to tighten and elongate the side patterns, just like it does in a lot of different clown combos.
Jared, you want to
Yeah.
shake on that? Just so I have it. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna pay for it and then I'll reimburse you on the test, or you want me to do it?
Shit. I just
It's all fair. It's all fun.
Oh yeah, I know. I think it's spot nose. You just
You see, but I've seen that head stamp way too many times on Xanthic clown stuff and head Xanthic clowns and blade stuff, and that's a very common head stamp on clowns.
Yeah.
So here,
trying
real quick before we leave the Hydra realm.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie's gonna test it. Yeah, I'll send it. I'll help him.
He's got it. This will be good.
That's the official.
Where's-
That's
where
the
he
first
just- he
official
just-
one.
Ran.
He disappeared.
There you go.
So we're gonna move on to this after this to the project breakdowns, because we were gonna spend a lot of time on that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So this one here is just a fire butter Hydra. If I can get her to
Chill.
unwrap.
Ooh. I don't think you need to.
Ooh.
Fire.
Let's see that head stamp.
Shit, man. That
Uh-huh. Ain't no spot nose on that.
light up like
No.
crazy.
But
And
it looks
then-
more spot nose than the other one. That's nice. You can send that to me.
Blackhead, black pastel Hydra het clown.
That's nice.
And the reason, because we were questioning the Hydra, but Hydra also seems to bring up side pattern. And it
Yeah, it likes
almost
to
has
float.
like a yellow belly, like high rise but there's nothing in that.
It like flips the hooks. Like, you know how Hurricane hooks upward? It's like all those
Yeah.
patterns on the other
Yeah.
side. And even on that side, it's like they're open on the bottom half more so.
Yeah.
They're hooking towards the bottom, towards the belly. I wonder if you can get double hooks like Hydra, Super Hurricane type deal. You could just get like weird
Find out.
And is that
half
hat clown?
moons.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, a lot, you're asking about, making stuff that wasn't in a recessive,
That's
like this, like Hydra, where it's not been done a lot. It's really the only thing it's been put into is clown. And so even then, not a lot of genes. So in the process of making our hets, we're seeing kind of what it's doing
yep.
with other
Justin
infants.
in the comments, he said it too. That thing needs Hurricane and Hypo.
That'll be good.
Yeah. So
That's
on that
exactly
note,
what-
we're gonna be making a flip to project breakdowns, and in the interim, why don't you guys watch these words from our sponsors? We'll be right back.
ShedTesting.com is your premier destination for fast, affordable, and reliable shed genetic testing. In addition to genetic testing, they have some beautiful ball pythons on their website, ShedTesting.com. Make sure to use code WhiskeyBomb15 to save 15% off of 2 shed tests. Bull pythons may be up-and-coming breeders, but they've already made a significant impact on the industry with their passion, love for pieds, and affinity for the color pink. There's no reptile convention in the US where their merchandise isn't present, and they also produce beautiful ball pythons. Don't take my word for it. Give them a follow on Morph Market and Instagram today. Torchbearers of the Tom Harbin Reptiles legacy. You've seen the monarchs, Now experience the full spectrum of the Herp and Harbins. Beyond the hype, discover exceptional DG, puzzle, clown, dreamsicle, and other unique combos. Their high-end hognose collection is just as impressive, including Swiss Chocolate, Sunburst, Mai Tai, Storm Cloud, and many more. Meet them at some of the top shows and follow their journey on Morph Market, Instagram, and YouTube. Genetic Geneticists are extremely passionate breeders who are investing in quality animals and paving their own path. They work with a number of morphs and combinations, including Wookiee, Hypo, Clown, MJ Xanthic, Scrambler, and the list goes on. You can find them on Morph Market and Instagram, or even your local reptile show.
Hell yeah. Shout out to our show sponsors. Just remember, we lead you to water and we will never leave you hanging dry. So make sure you check out those show sponsors and make sure you mention that you saw them on the genetic canvas when you inquire. And we appreciate that. So getting into this genetic project breakdown, the first on the list is Candy Piebald. That's a nice one. What kind of mutations are you working into that project? Well, first of all, what were your pairings last season in that project?
So last season, we didn't have anything big enough.
Okay.
So this season, and some of these projects, like I said, when we bought, like I said, a couple collections earlier on in our startup, some of them had 1 and 2 animals in a project. So some of these aren't like heavily built projects, but it's one of those, let's see what happens along the way. So the one that we've got right now, we got, I want to say we got 4 eggs out of her this year, was a black pastel candy het pied.
Oh.
To a orange dream yellow belly something candy het pied.
Nice.
It was sold to us as an ODYB candy.
Okay. Let's see it. I don't see very many candies too often, so
I love candy stuff.
So if you tell me what else is in this boy.
Bam.
all right. Looks like a little bit of. So what were the genetics that could have been at play?
Yellow belly, candy, het pied. I can tell you from the person that it came from, there could be a number of things.
From Oz.
Yeah.
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 It's probably like.
It definitely has fire vibes to the pattern structure.
Dude, his candy stuff just blows me away.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Maybe like ODYB and I don't even know. I was gonna say like pastel, but probably not.
Nah, I don't.
No, you're right.
Not blushed.
Like it almost.
No, let's see the head.
Almost gives pastel.
It's a magical cocktail if it came from Ozzy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's more along the lines of fire or vanilla as far as like the blushings and the burnouts and kind of the shaping and the, probably yellow. Can we see the edge of the belly, the side gut? Yeah, probably yellow belly at play in there.
Yeah.
Could even be I was feeling Mojave vibes when I first looked at it, but
Mojave candy stuff's like pretty visual.
But that's when I fell back to fire because it doesn't jump off enough with contrast that Mojave would have given it around the edging.
And it was visual candy het pied to visual candy het pied.
Yeah.
Nice. So hopefully you get
so it'll all be
right stuff.
Yeah, that thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to breed it to something that you'll be able to pick some genetics out of it?
Yeah, so well, yes and no. We put it to a couple. I've got one super inchy albino, so we'll get Candinos, but
Yep.
Oh, okay.
inchy out of that.
Man, they're just awesome
Maybe some
horses,
single
Here's
genes.
so this is mom.
buddy.
Damn, she's glowing.
And you said she already laid 4 eggs?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's almost
She's-
when we started playing with candy stuff, I'm like, candy should have been named lavender
Yes.
because
I love candy stuff, dude. And I've had people at my place and shown them a lavender and a candy, and they're like, that doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
It's honestly, it's so much better than lav.
What's up,
So-
Jamie? Thanks for joining.
In my
Look at this beautiful snake on the screen. And now when you mix in with like Candino, that takes the purples and puts them more to like that that toffee kind of color, right?
Yeah, well, it almost makes it.
Like goldish yellow.
Yeah, I've got one
It's-
Candino.
It's honestly like for me, it's like albino, and then Candino's like a little bit purpley lavender, and then pure candy or pure toffee, whatever, is like
The best. Oh, okay.
very purpley.
Does anybody know if candy and like rainbow has ever been mixed or
Sure.
tried?
Yeah, they're not.
So there-
No, okay. I've
there's-
never kept up on that.
Black pastel Candino.
Yeah,
Wow, yeah, you can tell how much, even with the black pastel, how much less saturated the purples are.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's
It's
just like
wild.
white to kind of purple to like extreme.
Purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
those dark jeans, black pastel, GHI, whatever, just accentuate them more. Like this past season, I did that GHI Mojave black pastel KRG het pied male to a candy het pied female. So I hit a GHI black pastel KRG het candy pied.
Okay.
So like I'm working the darker stuff into candies, and I don't have a lot of them either. I just got 2 visual females and a black pastel het female just to play with.
Yeah, like I said, we've got the 2. We'll make some hides, and then I think I'll probably, if we can figure out what all's in Dad, eventually run him to clown.
Yeah.
Because there really hasn't been that much
Pure candy clown.
done.
Yeah.
No.
I know
And that's
Um,
like such a great foundation, even the name. Candy
and it's just-
clown. Like,
I mean, you like kind of with that female with the black pastels. Anytime you get your dark jeans,
Yeah.
the purples are just so much more vivid than, like I said, lavender albinos that I can't imagine that it's going to look bad.
yeah, and I just helped my buddy cut a hypo rainbow clutch a couple days ago, and that was my first time seeing rainbows in person. I think 1 out of the 4 was just a rainbow. The other 3 were hypo rainbow, and like even those, they blew me away. But seeing that candy on screen was like even better purples, and mind you, a lot of them were hypo, but the one that wasn't hypo didn't even have as saturated purples as that candy. I'm surprised people don't work that mutation a lot more.
Like I
So
said, we'll
talking
play
about
with it.
what? Oh yeah,
Yeah, so we'll
definitely
play
try
with
to get ahead in it. So
Yeah.
kind of pivoting off of that, you were talking about the lavender, but you guys are also working the Holy Grail project.
Correct. So,
So what were you doing last season with that project, if anything?
last season we literally was the first season that our male was big enough to go, and so we basically put him. We had 4 100% lab, 50% het pied females that we picked up a couple years ago.
Okay.
One of them was big enough to go, and so we started, working our male, and first one proved out. Didn't
What's
get
your male?
official. So I've got a leopard clown double het lab pied, and then we've got a unknown dreamsicle.
Okay.
And so
Hides are always fun.
he's starting to produce stuff this year.
And what kind of mutations are you mixing in? Are you kind of following a path of what you like, or are you trying to add to that path of what you like, or trying to take a new direction?
So we'll have the the first clutch that's in the incubator, everybody says that spot nose pieds are all white, but KG and I were talking, and he's got one that's got inchy in it, inchy or leopard that actually has pattern.
Yeah, I've seen that animal.
So we are the first clutch in the incubator. We could hit Batman Holy Grails.
Batman Holy Grails. Wow.
So mom's a spot nose grail het pied.
That could be innovative, especially if you get the pattern coverage.
Leopard clown double het. So
Tyler's wheels are
Where'd you
spinning.
get the spot nose girl from? Was that like from Justin or Pipeline?
It was in the one collection we bought that the guy got 95% of his stuff from Justin.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and then as far as the other, like I said, because we didn't have a whole lot of male choices, so we took 3 of our females down to Bear at Red Onion this season, and so he's taken them to
Triple visuals, whatever.
So I don't remember what all he's put to them.
He's got crazy lavender stuff.
We'll get some interesting stuff out of those. I think one of them's laid, and the other 2 maybe Bobby. I can't remember what he was telling me last week.
Nice.
So we'll add some different incompletes in that way, because like I said, it's another one of those we've our original lab piebald het lab that we bought in 21 to make just dreamsicles is not the nicest girl and doesn't like to eat, and she's just now at 1,100 grams. So we've yet to make just a dreamsicle until this year.
And that's a good point. It's like, I went, I guess you could say it maybe a little bit riskier route, because when you're investing, like actually investing, if you invest in females, you're going to have to wait for them to grow up and want to breed, and if you invest differently, where you do a powerhouse male and you buy into some older females to breed them to, you can get ahead a little bit faster, but I feel like it's just more worth it for me to go the longer route. But yeah, you can buy a female and not breed her for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
What is that? Yellow
ODYB.
OD? Yeah.
Yep.
Man, the candy lav debate is fun, but the oranges on the lav stuff,
appreciate you,
way better than candy. The actual lavender part of a lavender, way worse than the lavender part of a candy.
Yeah, lavender.
If
the
you
lavender
mix
project is
the yellow of a lavender and the purple of a candy together, that would be the perfect albino. It would.
Well,
man. We just got to put those genetics into the candy that are popping the lavender the way they do, like the calico confusion stuff, and
she
and that's one thing we've been told by people throughout the years. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Why not? So it won't happen for a couple years before anything gets big enough to be seen. But I'm going to see what a double axanthic looks like.
Yeah.
Put MJ to our VPI and see.
Did you?
Everybody's like, well, you won't be able to tell. I'm like, first of all, you can test for both. Second of all, it's like, if you have one that is double visual and you put it to another double visual, you'll know everything coming out is double visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
you can do the same thing with candy and lav.
I just saw recently a better, more well-known breeder that had just hit double hets for the axanthic. I believe it was TSK VPI double hets, but it could have been MJ or GCR or VPI double hets. But they were going for that also, and I feel like that's a very interesting route to take, because if you think about it, when you take a pastel and a pastel, you get a super pastel. So if you're taking an axanthic and an axanthic, what if you're just getting a better axanthic expression in the end? And who's to say that we're crazy for thinking that way? If anything, we're crazy for not trying it a lot sooner when we've had these things for 20 years in the community and the hobby, I think a lot of these fun foundations that are untapped and undiscovered, they not only are they just fun because they're like tinkering directions, but they make cool foundations like axanthic banana or axanthic coral glow. such a cool pattern, such a cool color foundation. And how are you going to touch that color foundation with anything else besides enhancing a lavender snow, or, you know, trying to put something into a snow that's going to give it that contrast like that Xanthic banana does? It's, you know, one of those foundations that hasn't been explored yet, and it's a totally just cool direction because it's like a white and gray snake and there's so much contrast to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
yeah,
think
the holy grail.
only reason you can do that is just testing. Like you said, they've been around for 20 years. There's probably a reason no one did it, because it's like, you know, if you do hit the double visual and there's nothing different about it, it's like, well,
You're
now
not gonna
you're
know.
just screwed.
It's a value
now you
scare.
don't know what you're selling.
Yeah.
You know, but nowadays with the testing, in my opinion, I'm not going to do it myself, but it could make sense to do it if you could, now that you can test.
Well, and I mean, that goes back to, I'd say 90% of our projects, other than buying visual clown stuff, most of it has been started from the ground up. I mean, as far as like our, you know, our hypo DG stuff,
Mm-hmm.
everything we bought or everything we've got has come from a triple het to a double het, or a triple het to triple het. You know, it's,
And you've had some really good odds in that project, right?
we have, we've had some decent odds. We've hit some stuff that showed genes that we didn't know were there.
Okay.
So, and then, you know, it's kind of, as you were talking, if you want to go down the project list, you know, we've got both DG and enhancer, but we're keeping them both separate and not mixing them because they are visually different. I realize they can compatible, they test the same, but to look at them visually, they're different. So we are keeping those projects, or those two, separated.
So what's the next project on the list, Jared?
Hypo DG, or enhancer G stripe clown.
Yeah, and so I
So
don't
not the
have
DG,
the triple,
actually true enhancer.
yeah, I don't have the triple visual yet.
And I, you know, became a believer in the difference between enhancer and desert ghost over time. Over the past, I'd say 2.5 years, I became more of a believer, seeing more of like, it started with the comparisons Billy and Austin were doing on mutation creation, but that didn't sell me completely. It wasn't until all the other breeders, like more breeders, started showing comparisons, and then it's just the richness of enhancer is crazy.
Of course,
And the blacks aren't as stark. They're more blushed
No.
out on the enhancer, I noticed.
well, like I said, you know, this is just our male that we've started with.
Enhancer
So,
G het.
yeah.
Clown? Yeah.
Yep. So he's, I think, sired 5 or 6 clutches this year.
Wow.
And so we'll, you know, some of them are going to be interesting because some of them are stuff that I don't know that's there yet. Like one of his pairings this year was to a hypo clown.
That's visual G stripe piece.
Yeah.
Het clown.
Visuals.
Het clown.
So we'll, you know, get a bunch of hopefully clowns that are then triple het, hypo G stripe enhancer.
Yep.
That's one of the most broken patterned enhancer G stripes I've seen, I think, that I can remember. Most of them are very more solid striped, correct?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the enhancer doing it or what, but both him and his sister are fairly broken, except for you get down to the tail.
I think it might be. Literally 2 days ago, my buddy cut a clutch of, there's an enhancer G stripe male to a triple het, and his male's got a little bit more of a solid stripe than that one, but the two babies were broken like that. Again, enhancer
Maybe like a het clown influence peeking through, breaking it up.
Maybe.
That's, yeah, I have seen some G stripes like that had more of that het influence. They kind of almost would fool you. Until you looked at the head, like the body looked like Kiki, and then you look at the head and it's like, that's not a Kiki. But yeah.
Do you have chances this season for the triples, or are you just stacking, you know, your quad and your double visual, double het stuff? Or
we won't the current season. I don't think we've got any chances for the actual triple visual.
Okay.
I've got 5 females in that project that are sitting right at like 1,100 grams. So this fall.
Okay.
Are there
Um,
any odd directions genetically that you're trying out with the Enhancer G-Strip Clown project?
Well, so one of the ones that he sired that's when did they lay? They should be pipping the first part of next month. Well, 2 weeks, I guess, because June's
Okay.
coming around the corner. He went to a Cypress Batman.
Oh,
Nice. I like
So,
Cypress.
you
Cypress
know,
and the G-Stripe's going to be crazy.
get Cypress leopard spot nose into the mix.
Cypress.
And then that was really I guess probably the biggest one.
And I might have missed it. Did you produce this animal?
No, this one came from Billy. Like I said,
Okay.
there's we bought a few double visuals just because to help us progress a little bit further. But
Yep.
like I said, for the most part, a lot of this we're making our our own stuff. So like one of the very first projects you talk about projects that when because we started buying in 2019. One
That's
of the
when you
first
got in was 2019.
Yeah. So one of the
Yeah.
first projects that we spent a lot of money on was right after Justin hit the first Pompeii.
Good luck, Justin.
And so he hit the Pompeii, and so we bought a fire spot nose black pastel het clown. And then we bought from our buddy Ryan, and then from Corey DeLong, we got a red striped yellow belly clown. And we actually the very first June, that was what 2021. Whenever Justin hit that,
Pompeii, I think he hit in 19.
20 was it 19? I was thinking it was
I
after.
think the Magma was
it was
19. I
it
thought
was
the
18
Magma
to
was around 19.
I'm pretty sure
Because the Magma was right before the Pompeii the year before.
Yeah.
So maybe it was 18, 19. Maybe you're right.
Somewhere in there. But I mean,
Yeah.
at that time, I think we spent 6,000 on that project. But our very first clutch, we hit one, and it's
Okay.
Stayed here. It's a female. She's almost up to size. But so like I said, a lot of the stuff we've kind of taken from the ground up. Yeah, I was looking. So like I said, the Cypress Batman to him this year, and then I had a Dragonfly, so pinstripe fire pastel yellow belly clown to him. So
Fire pastel yellow belly clown, and then you'll be able to get them guaranteed double hets, DGG stripe.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah.
Well, anything not they'll all be triples if they're not visual clown because she's a visual clown.
Yeah,
so.
all triple. Yep, exactly.
But because really leopard is one of the few things I've seen that's really messed with G stripe clown with Kiki clowns.
The acid. I mean, I haven't seen it in the clown version yet, but the acid G stripe stuff is some of my favorite for pattern disruption.
KRG G-strip.
KRG. Okay.
No,
I can see it working.
Honestly, this past season I made a decent amount of G-stripe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working like G-Pied, some G Desert Ghost stuff as well. But this season I'm looking to work more codoms and stuff into genetic stripe. Are you looking to go that way as well? I see like a kind of bright future in just, genetic stripe, DG clown, whatever it is.
Oh,
so much that has not been done in just genetic stripe.
Right. And I'm like I said, part of this where we're doing, visuals to hets, we can hit some of the doubles or triple visuals, but at the same time, like one of the ones he went to this year was just a lesser pastel G stripe.
Yeah.
Because I need more just G stripe stuff. And if it was on Morph Market where it was, but I seen a G stripe the other day that was
that's crazy. Justin.
Was it red stripe super blackhead? It's literally it went from like a gray to a jet black. You couldn't differ, like there was no back like G stripe.
Red
It was
stripe
just
super blackhead. Oh,
it
look at
was
this
like
comment on screen right now. Justin had. He's excited about his shot at the super blackhead mahogany
mahogany.
OD pinstripe Kikis.
Jeez.
That'll be So like I said, without the clown, I'm like, that's an amazing looking animal. And so that's
Yeah.
part of the where we're doing not a bunch of visual to visual stuff. We can hit some of this
In the hats.
in the het form, and like I said, still maybe get some crazy looking animals.
Yep.
Because there,
Yeah.
there's a lot to be done with some of this without adding a bunch of recessives. There's
Yeah, and I
something.
try to design my pairings kind of in the same way that I'm combining so many incomplete dominants on each side that I want to have interact with each other in their own combinations. That it doesn't matter if I hit the double or the triple, because I'm hoping that I just get some crazy looking stuff, even in a linear direction, carrying hets or possible hets, because there's a huge market lapse in that area where you get really pretty snakes that are in that middle range, or you get those really, really high end snakes, but they're not pretty. It's like, I want to make pretty snakes that are genetically significant or possibly genetically significant so that I can market those without testing to that middle market and kind of fill a void that I see. Because if we're all testing stuff and we're all selling stuff that's not het or guaranteed het, and there isn't anybody left selling possible animals, then you're really kind of. I love possible hets, first of all, because I can save so much by taking a chance, and usually I'm not paying much more for that chance, if at
That's
all.
and that was like I said when we first started buying a bunch of our females. I'd say 90% of our females we bought were 66s.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all but 2 or 3 have proved out for us. So that was,
What up, Eric?
because early 2000s, COVID prices were through the roof. I'm like, I can play the long game. I'm not in a big rush.
Yeah.
And so
I think
we
that
bought
made a lot more people think that way
66s.
also.
Yeah.
It-
Well,
it'll-
everybody thinks they need, that they want to buy something and have it happen right away. And it's like, part of the fun, like I said, is missing on some of the stuff and seeing some of the, different patterns and that come out in the het form versus the visual form.
Especially with all the clown stuff we've been able to see over the past, 20 years. It's like a lot of these hets now, it's like you see the clown and you see the het, and it's like, wow, I like the het a lot more, even though it's a little bit less valuable market wise. It's like, I'd rather have that animal just because it's prettier and I could still make what I want with it. And sometimes it's like, I'd rather take the het because I'm getting those pretty genetics that in an animal I like. I'm not going to do that for a project I'm trying to be strategic in, obviously, and work the odds better, but I will hold back a snake that looks better than the visual any day. So Enhancer G-Stripe Clown was a good one, but what were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say that's, I've got a couple in the whole back rack now that it's like, do I really need these? I've got visuals, but they look so crazy in the het form that I'm like, it's here.
It's again, I think for me nowadays.
Well, showcase them. Go ahead and show some of the animals that you have for sale that are bangers.
I don't have anything for sale yet this year.
No? Okay. Entice somebody to give you a lot of money then.
I've got 18 animals left from last year, and they're all just.
That's good news, man. You can't complain about that.
I mean,
they're all normals.
One of the only visuals I have is a red stripe clown. Like that's
wow.
One that's most everything else is like inchy OD het hide or it's because that's I wanted to go to Troy's show there in Nashville, but I'm like, I can't justify coming with
10 snakes
animals that are going to make me $100 for 2 weeks, or 2 days. So
Nashville was fun. The show was all right, but Nashville was fun. But no, what you said earlier about keeping even the het forms because they look cool or whatever, I think that's a big difference between the people who do it a lot for the love of the animals and just the coolness compared to 100% monetary value.
Yeah, because if you like the animal, if you're doing it because you like it, it's like I'm gonna keep the animal I like better. Even I
Yeah.
might keep both of them because the other one's genetically more significant for the
Yes.
odds, but I'm gonna keep the other one too because I like it.
I'm just gonna keep
Well, it's
fucking
like,
all of them.
it's like this guy,
What
Wookie
is
That's
Spot
cool.
Wookie Spot Nose,
what?
and I'm like, they're a Lilac, so you're gonna breeding, you're
Yeah.
gonna get one or the other. But I'm like, I've got visual Wookiees, I've got visual Spot Nose Clowns, but
Can
he's
that be
just
like a
That's a
gravel
male.
or a yellow belly?
he probably yellow belly
Okay,
with it.
yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't need him, but he's cool and I like him.
That's a
So,
wild looking snake. Imagine that in Krypton, how good that would look.
yeah.
Oh, I've been sitting on the edge of my seat, and Jared, I know I'm going to throw you off on this because you have a beautifully curated list, but I really want to know what you're doing with Monarch.
Oh yeah.
Not
I
much.
threw you off, Jared.
Monarch Clown is one of his projects on the list.
So literally, this was another one. It started out with, we got a Monarch that's 100% het clown, 66 het G-stripe female in the one collection.
Damn.
That had to
look
be
at that.
Tom.
She's starting to build, and she's going to go to that G-stripe clown you just seen.
The DGG stripe hat clown? I
So
think we talked about this.
Say it again for me.
So it's mom is a visual Monarch, 100% het clown, 66 G-stripe.
Okay.
I'm going to go to that enhancer G-stripe het clown. So I could get G-stripe clowns that are 100% Monarch enhancer.
Nice.
Um,
That's dope.
and that's one of those, we realized that we didn't have a whole lot, so I did beg and plead and borrow and steal with Harbins, and I finally got a male Monarch het clown out of them earlier
There
this
you
year.
go. Nice.
So we
Whoa,
can start
what did
making
you
some
have?
het stuff with that.
Send that shit my way. Send it my way.
She had two that she said she's letting go of this year, and I'm like,
Yeah, I almost got the other one, but I got a little Monarch army of females that, I like my possible hets, like I said, and I got a
Yep.
66 pos triple het Monarch G-stripe clown female and a 66 double het Monarch clown female.
yeah.
There
So
we
like I said,
go.
we picked him up,
Fuck yeah.
and then
And if you really want to see Monarch colors, check out my Instagram. I posted, it's pastel, but she's got really beautiful colors, same maroons and everything. But check her out on my Instagram. She's from the Herb and Harbins. Those outdoor shots really show their colors well.
I know this isn't a me showcase, but I just have
Oh,
to.
go for it.
2 seconds. He's also the worst snake to ever show off. Whoa.
Monarch Clown.
He's got his first lock in this week. So
Dang, nice.
finally
What did he lock with?
my favorite clutch of the year. It's very similar to his, but pastel desert ghost cryptic genetic stripe female. So everything's going to be a Krypton, visual Krypton
Wow.
Monarch at DG head G stripe with pastel and leopard in the mix too.
Oh, yeah.
so there's our female.
How big is she's? How big
She's
is
like 1,200,
Damn.
12,
She's
1,300.
glowing.
Like I said, she's just starting to build. So
Hold on, we'll blow you up. There you go.
And what else is she?
Pastel.
just
Yep,
pastel, 100% clown, 66 on the G stripe.
100% clown. And who'd you get? That
She's
was from a
sexy.
collection buyout.
Yeah. I think it came because, like I said, it came from that collection we got out of Texas, and 90% of that was from Justin. So
Seems like a Justin snake.
I have a feeling that's where she came from. But yeah,
That's beautiful.
So it's
Yeah,
gonna be-
Monarch she's Monarch's my favorite mutation out there. I have Ultramel. I have like 15 recessives also, but Monarch takes my top spot personally.
Me too.
well, and it's one of those, another one of the things that we foresee in the future, and some people kind of give us grief about. But I'm like, at a show, I want to have a table that has
Hey,
black pastel Monarch clowns next to Ultramel black pastel. Where you've got the two similar recessives with the same codon sitting next to each other, and you can visually,
Tell the
here's the
difference.
two. Which one do you like better?
Now, I'm not going to be the one. I'll say that now. But I do wonder because caramel
Say
and
it.
ultramel worked really well back in the day.
Say
I
it.
wonder who's going to be the one to put Monarch and ultramel together. Because if caramel and ultramel can work, Monarch is darker than the caramel. So why wouldn't it look better?
Did you see the
It's another one of those crazy things, Someone's going to do it, and it's either going
did
to
you
hit or
did
it's
you
going to
see
be.
that did you see the Monarch that Troy hit?
Which
I
one?
may have. Remind me though.
Troy Schroed, best dressed.
Yeah,
Oh,
best dressed.
yeah, which one?
The GHI, the one that Jack and Heidi
Oh
from
yeah,
Southern Star bought.
Yeah,
GHI Monarch, dude,
I
fire.
when I seen that was not at all what I expected to look like, and it is crazy looking.
It puts a lot
crazy.
more pattern back into the sides of the GHI. It like reduces the pattern in the sides of the GHI.
Well, but just the brown chocolate colors almost looked velvet. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
crazy
I've,
looking. So I'm like, what's that going to do with other things? So
I've
And
got two pairings this year for there'll be GHI triple het Monarch Hypopides and GHI triple het Hypo Monarch G Stripes with other genes in there too, but GHI is the real one.
So I'm gonna find that out too because I mean I don't know if the Harbins have any kind of pairings lined up that they could try to hit it before me or if anybody else does. But the Harbins are the only ones that I know that have the Monarch mahogany, and then I have
Justin has
I have a mahogany het Monarch pair that I'll be putting together in another season. So I'll be going for the Suma Monarchs.
yeah.
you might ask or look. I'm trying to remember if Jack and Heidi have some. I want to say they had some mahogany het
They-
Monarch stuff. I
yeah.
think.
They do. They got some really nice a lot of het Monarch stuff. I think this year they're gonna
Yeah, who was it? Who did you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna have my
Southern
hands on a
Star.
little bit of it because I sent him some Hypo Shadow Het Clown stuff last year. So
yeah. And I know
I'm
they
gonna
got
get
the
some
All
Monarch
right.
stuff.
so that's something. I guess we can get off the Monarch topic now. But you work
Yeah.
you
Before
work
we miss
Shadow-
out on these likes,
Shadow, Hydra, Scrambler, those I'll call those all Scramblers different.
Shadow, yeah.
Underworld
Scramblers.
kind of newer genetics. Is your goal to kind of work them solo, figure them out? Or is there maybe this season, next season, you do go Hydra Scrambler?
Appreciate that, Eddie.
You know what I mean?
I probably won't go that drastic right off the bat, just because, like I said,
You got to figure them
especially
out.
with the Hydra, and it being so hard on just by itself to pick out in the base form.
And so much of Hydra was in Lesser to begin with.
Yeah, I don't want to start adding something else that's a major pattern disruptor to it because, like I said, it's like the one I showed right off the bat. Sometimes it takes a while for it to show its face. So I'm like, I don't want to go that far right now.
Even not
Yeah.
again, I'm not even specifically Hydra, but even
Yeah.
Shadow Scrambler. Some of those underutilized.
Now
genetics-
Shadows in the Spider Complex,
No,
No, I don't.
isn't it?
no. So it's Jack found it. It's the ones that he initially found it. It was tagged in with chocolate.
Yep.
So a lot of them that have been
That's why I
produced
thought it was in the. That's why I thought it was
are-
in the Spider Complex.
are testing positive for chocolate, but it's like the clutch that I made last year. You could look at them and say, okay, this is a hypo chocolate for sure, nothing else.
Yep.
But then the other ones you're looking at and you're like, there's something else here. So that we know that's the shadow. So it's a separate
okay.
gene. We just haven't got it separated out enough on its own to be able to.
So that's where the
work it.
confusion came from with it testing as chocolate and people thinking it was in that. It was just a tag along gene attached to the chocolate. Okay.
Yeah. I knew.
I thought I was crazy for a second.
I mean, I'm guessing it's been isolated, solo form without chocolate at
Okay.
this point. I would hope.
I got something that's isolated, and man, I don't know what the hell it is. It looks chocolatey, but it ain't chocolate because you compare it to a chocolate and it's way darker and more melty, and then it's got the spots on the back of the head. I don't know what it could be,
So I'll put
but
these
it's
two
been
up.
out there.
One of them, these are both siblings. They're both out of the hypo clutch that was from the chocolate, but there's a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Blow them up. Yep. I can see
Let's
it
see.
here until it's not even big.
We'll blow it up in a second. But
That's-
the one on the right looks way more reduced, and then the one on the right looks more standard chocolate hypo.
Correct.
no.
The one on the left is the one that's more busy. It's got like the figure eights in the back, and down the
Yep.
side.
And so that is so right is chocolate hypo, left is what?
Well, yeah. So that's what we're like I said. Jack was selling some of it, but then after we found out that it's something tagging along with chocolate, he took down all of his. I haven't sold any of it that I've made. We've traded some to Jack for some stuff, but we're trying to get it isolated out on its own so we can see what exactly it's going to do by itself.
So the one on the left is also pastel now that its head's
Correct.
peeking out.
Yeah.
So
So that's going to add a little pattern disruption, but not as much as what we're seeing.
No, not as. I mean,
so has there been an isolated shadow, or have all the shadows that have been produced also been chocolate?
I unless Jack's hit one, I don't know. It's not the best. The other ones I've got are in dark blue is the problem, but there's definitely we're starting to see that there is a visual difference between the chocolate and the chocolate with the
So,
shadow.
question,
Yeah.
just for pattern comparison, do you have one that's in blue that doesn't have the pastel? Just so we can look at the pattern difference, don't pay attention to the frostiness of them. Appreciate the pause gang in the chats. Y'all know I don't stop for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just curious, like, how many clutches have you hit so far of the shadow stuff?
We've only done these two that were to a hypo
What's up,
clown
Jason?
Okay.
and to
So these are all het clown?
Yeah, these are het clown. That's because Jack only has he's put it in GHI and a couple other things he's messed with, but he hadn't done any other recessive, so we made a clutch of the recessive stuff.
Are we keeping the other one secret? I know he's done one other recessive.
Well,
Try to sell me another recessive.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think he kind of dialed back what he was doing after the whole chocolate thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, it's interesting because I have I guess we'll call Shadow is still Dinker realm,
Right.
Yeah.
But I have the same thing, and it was a genetic. I have toxic that's came out of Yellow Belly, and I've done. Now there's been 6 clutches of it, and this was the first year we've hit 2 without the Yellow Belly. We've isolated it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So it took a while, but I'm just curious, like, how many clutches have you guys done and not been able to isolate it from chocolate? Because after clutch 4, I went, fuck, like, is it just, can you isolate it? You know what I mean? Like, that was my big problem. And then I hit one end of last year, and then the only other person who has it sent me a picture last week. They hit a clutch with one without Yellow Belly, and I went, oh.
That's like the leopard dilemma back in the day. Are we going to separate this from piebald?
Yeah.
So like the other one we've got going is just for some clown stuff again, or het clown stuff. So we'll maybe see if it comes out with something that's not. But like I said, it's
even if it doesn't, it's such a there's such a difference. Even if you can't say Shadow's its own gene, it's a Shadow chocolate. You know what I mean? It does. It adds so much to the chocolate. It's amazing. I love it. and I've wanted it for a while.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen much of that shadow. I've only seen a couple pictures, so that was cool.
Like I said, there's only about 5 of us that he's sold some to, and like I said, when the whole testing positive for chocolate came out, we all kind of chit chatted about it. And we all pulled it. I didn't have any for sale, but the ones that did all took it down until we could figure out kind of what this other gene is, or if we can separate it back out.
So let me turn you loose here because we like to try to keep it around 2 hours. We're only around 125 right now, but I'm going to turn you loose on these projects so that you can start showing us your crazy productions that you hit this past season or this season, and then we want to talk about what kind of theorize the project plans going forward and what you may be shooting for in those projects that you haven't seen yet, and just what you're drawing inspiration from, I guess.
Well, so this guy sired a couple clutches this year. So
is that your
Belly
HypoDG Clown
No.
project? Oh,
well,
okay.
Yellow Belly Lace Batman, but he went to some Hypo Clowns and some other stuff to put Hypo with that project. And I know there's kind of there is the test out now, but there's still everybody's like I know there was some lace stuff sold that wasn't laced, but some people are saying it's hard to tell.
I think it was hard to tell with all the misidentifications going around, and it's like,
So here's
too many to compare.
The non-lace form of a Batman.
Yeah.
That is what we need to see right there. Put a fucking lace next to one that does not have lace.
Yep. I described it as almost like the golds of a pastel without the blonde yellows,
So then from there,
so that's lacy yellow belly.
One of this guy's clutches popped out.
That was a crazy side by side.
Yeah. I know plenty of people who have gotten screwed on the lace stuff, and you just got to do that. You know what I mean? Test it, but also show the difference. Because anything by itself can look very different. You know what I mean? That's why comparisons are so important.
And as hatchlings, I feel like even the people who do breed the lace that's discernible, they even say we'll have to wait a couple sheds. So it does make it harder as a baby, I guess.
Well, so that's
lace.
Well, I think that's Dad. I think that's just Yellow Belly.
Really?
Because there's the OD.
Richer oranges and the fatter head stamp. Yep. Fatter black dorsal.
Okay. I see it.
So I think the one's just Dad, and the other one's OD.
And both lace. Batman.
Yep.
Yeah, because so there was. I'll grab the sibling out of this clutch. The one that wasn't lace. I'll get your opinion on what it is.
That OD lace Batman right there was nice. Imagine that in Monarch, the oranges that the alien heads would have. And that black dorsal. Man, the future's bright, but also dark.
There you go. Bam.
Damn.
Yellow Belly Batman? OD?
That's,
Gotta have something else in there, chopping it up more.
Because look at that belly.
Yeah, yellow. Yeah.
The Yellow Belly, I agree for sure.
And the pairing was him to the lace Yellow Belly Batman to just an OD clown?
Yep.
So yeah, Yellow Belly Batman.
So that thing to me almost looked. I was gonna say that there was confusion hiding somewhere as busy as it is, but
yeah,
I don't know. So it looks similar to if you look up red stripe Batmans, they kind of have more choppy patterns like that, but would the Yellow Belly red stripe Batman not have as much blushing like that, or would it still be dark like that? Because that's the only thing I would lean towards is having a red stripe tag along.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like I said. It'd have to be in Dad there because Mom is OD clown as OD clown gets.
Yeah. I just think Batmans in general are super variable. I think
Yeah,
that's,
they are.
you
You
know,
definitely saw the yellow belly, even in the alien heads along the sides, how they were more pinched together and kind of distinctive.
yep.
And here, so, and this is a gene that I don't have a whole lot of, but Motley lace.
Motley's an interesting one. Okay.
Motley, yeah. KG just hit those Motley Stranger DG clowns. Those things were insane.
Yeah.
He's the only
Did you
one I know
happen to see those?
in Motley.
Like I said, the one lace male that we got had Motley in it, and so
Oh, okay.
that was the only Motley we had.
So, have you seen or known anybody to make a Super Motley yet?
I haven't seen one.
I'm wondering if Scott has seen anybody. He's too far to hear me.
Honestly, I think the only guy who I know working Motley as an actual thing is KG.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know that many people that work it.
Yeah. I mean, the past, 2-3 years, I've
Appreciate you,
heard
Eric.
KG talk about it a lot, and then it someone has two, and it's like, oh, okay.
Ouch, you little. There you go. These came out nice.
Ooh, buddy.
The Motleys, Jason Phillips says some of the Motleys duckbill. Is that what you're talking about, Jason? So that's some black pastel Wookiee red stripe yellow belly stuff.
Yep. Double het ultramel clown.
Oh, yeah,
Why'd
you
you do
just
that?
teased the hell out of everybody.
Do that.
He said, "Here's a teaser, guys." Okay, the Super Motley's duckbill. All right, kind of like how Super Simmons. They probably kink too potentially then.
So here's
I'm gonna look quick, but I haven't seen any.
Yeah, see if you can find anything.
Yeah.
If you do, send it to Keys.
Yep.
so there's basically spitting image of Dad. Black pastel Wookiee, yellow belly clown.
My God.
And then the het form, but with
Banana.
banana.
Banana black pastel yellow belly Wookiee het.
Yeah. And
Male.
really, I mean,
And it's got the
camera
red
doesn't
stripe too.
camera doesn't do it justice, but this thing's like purple.
Is that a male or
Yeah.
female? The banana.
Female.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the one from the clutch I helped you ID, right?
Yeah.
That's the one with the red stripe in it. That's why it's so vibrant and
Yep.
pale compared to that other one.
Yeah.
Not that one, but the other one from the
Yeah.
clutch banana.
Yeah.
No, there's been super Motleys, but nothing based. There's a super Motley granite clown and a super Motley pastel clown. That's all.
You know what? And I have to say, I didn't know this until more recently than anything, but Super Sable was believed for so long when I was younger to be lethal that I thought truthfully that Super Sable was lethal, and I've learned recently there's been a lot of Super Sables and Super Sable clown combos that were perfectly fine and breedable. So if you've heard that anywhere, nix that information. Super Sable's viable.
Yeah, it's viable, but am I wrong? I'm pretty sure they do have some problem. I mean,
They probably have the same issue like any kind of super blackhead or super chocolate or anything in that complex.
I'll take it. Give me 12.
Yeah, that thing is wild.
Leopard Cypress Krypton. Het DG.
Yeah, Derek is the one that helped me understand better about that Sable stuff. So that's crazy. Cypress, Leopard, Krypton, that's it?
Yep.
Is that for sale? I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
Nope. These just came out. They just had their first meal last Monday, so.
Wow. And was that the worst in the clutch?
No.
It's the Yes.
I was just trying to think happily positive, you know.
Super Sable. Yeah. Super
Yeah, I
Sable.
figure they had some kind of wobble, but
The worst in that clutch was just a cinnamon clown.
Okay.
But
I truthfully thought they were lethal though, from the information back in the day. You know,
And what is that one?
I'm guessing this one to be Cypress Cinnamon Krypton.
Cypress.
yeah, I agree. Look at the head, and then look at the white flames and the hooks. Yeah.
Yeah. So out of that clutch, what's for sale?
I haven't decided yet.
Damn it. No.
Yeah, and leopard cryptic also usually has more of a black back where that pattern just chains down the sides of it.
And I think I don't know. It was a month ago. I was on like the cryptic versus clown debate on here.
Uh-huh.
God, I love cryptic. It's so good.
Yeah.
I was on the clown side, but
The
cryptic.
hurricane.
Super OD Super.
Wait, whoa. Super OD.
Super OD.
No,
Hayabusa.
OD Hayabusa.
Oh, okay. Any hats or just OD Hayabusa?
Clown. Maybe DG.
Okay. I'll take it. Boy or girl?
I think I got a 1.2.
Oh, okay. You can
Oh.
spare one then. Other females. No, that thing. I've been really wanting some Hayabusa stuff. I at least want one, that's for sure. That's
You
a
know what
pretty
I want
beautiful
to? I
snake.
really want to see is like Hayabusa in Wookiee combo stuff.
Wookiee Hayabusa stuff. Let's ask Scott what he's doing with that Hayabusa project, because I'm sure if he's putting it into DG Clown, he's probably taking it to Wookiee and stuff like that.
Because
Can you hear me, Scott?
Yeah, I hear you. Working on it. Like I said, so we kind of slept on Kryptons. We had two, and that was kind of it. And then I started seeing. I guess it was when you guys were talking about on here some of the different Krypton stuff. I'm like, I need some more of that. So I got some.
Are
Stuff in the
you
works.
by any chance taking Hayabusa to, what was it, Tyler?
like your Wookiee project stuff.
Wookiee stuff.
Eventually?
Not currently though.
Not this year. Like I said, I've only got. I don't have any. My males in that project were the only visual clowns I had.
All right, tell me a wild combo in your mind with Hurricane and Wookiee that you would want to see, that you think genetically would stack well.
No, I want to know one that you
Well, I
could
mean-
possibly make. Whether you're
Yeah,
gonna
one that you could possibly make, basically.
Well, so black pastel, red stripe, yellow belly Wookiee clown
to
to an OD hurricane clown.
uh,
So you could
Hayabusa
get
or Hurricane?
no. It's just just plain hurricane. So you could,
Okay.
if you hit everything, you could hit basically an OD black pastel, red stripe, yellow belly Wookiee hurricane clown.
and is that on your radar?
So that male this year, I've got 8 eggs in the incubator. Like I said, he's just an OD hurricane clown. He went to our black pastel fire spot nose het clown.
Ooh,
So you could hit fire black pastel spot nose hurricane clowns out of that.
Nice.
But we've got confusion in the Kryptons.
Okay.
Let's see that closer. I didn't even.
And
She's
So that's
visual Krypton.
her confusion Krypton.
wow.
It screws it up so much.
Yeah, it totally messes with the Krypton, the neck striping and everything.
Yep. Krypton's one that I did the same thing. I still am. I got 2 Kryptons. Well, one cryptic, one Krypton, and I can't wait to freaking make more.
You would be like, whoa, Jared, you heard I got that pastel Krypton triple hat Monarch G stripe DG.
So this will be interesting.
Okay. Ultra.
That's beautiful.
Is that Ultra?
Gravel, Ultramel, Het Clown. go into a yellow belly ultramel het clown later this year.
That's
Damn.
boy, I'm guessing, because it's
Yeah.
So you're gonna go for the Ultramel Highway clowns, huh?
Yep.
that's the move. dude.
Damn. That's gonna be sick.
You know, I've seen the gravel stuff really start kicking back up again, like the super gravel mainly. I've
Yeah,
seen
gravel is one of my favorites out of that Yellow Belly complex. Honestly, it's my favorite.
me too.
I just found from King James Pythons down here. I was at a show and he had a gravel Pompeii, instead of yellow belly, had gravel. Totally different look, like, still Pompeii, but the pattern was just more fatter, more round, more floating. And then he had the gravel het Pompeii female, and I picked her up because I was like, man, that gravel, it just changed that het Pompeii look completely.
So I know that you and I have talked about these, but I've
Yeah.
got 2 of these females.
What?
So black pastel Wookie, red stripe, asphalt, het clown.
Huh.
So I held 2 of those back from last year. So we'll see, what's a Wookie black pastel red stripe freeway clown going to look like.
Damn. Wookiee and freeway stuff is gonna go insane because of how soft it makes everything look. It makes everything like kind of that matte coloration.
I'm trying to think of what I'm.
And really,
Man, you feel the heat coming through the screen. I feel people's pockets burning.
Bongo.
so I only, like I said, another project I don't have a whole lot of, but
What's
we did
that?
Bongo Black Pastel?
cinnamon red stripe redhead clown.
What?
Redhead. Okay. Yeah, you were
It's
on the
one of those,
right
like,
path with Bongo there. Redhead Bongo.
It looks Bongo, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
What,
that cinnamon you said, the cinnamon in there is probably what makes it look Bongo. You said cinnamon's in it, right?
Yeah.
Nice. What Jared, you said Bongo was on the list of Kodoms. What's the
Redhead
Bongo
was
you're really
too,
working with?
So Bongo, another one of those. I've got one Bongo het clown female,
Okay.
Yeah, red stripe too.
and she went to the spot nose leopard Krypton het DG.
Ooh.
So Spanos, Bongo, Krypton, and Clowns, possible het DG.
Has Bongo
Yeah.
Krypton been done yet?
Not that I've seen.
I don't think I've seen it. That
Not a lot of Krypton stuff has been done though. I mean, and I'm not saying anything negatively about anybody working a cryptic direction purely, but it's gonna take longer to come to fruition in a pure cryptic project than it is a Krypton project.
I'm saying something.
And maybe there's gonna be differences. I hope so.
No Bongo Kryptons ever seen.
So we talked about, there's no recessives in this boy.
Wow. Yeah, that's that scrambler, huh?
Super OD Barnhart Calico Scrambler.
Man.
No, like I said, I would take this with just hypo or DG, without
That's all you
clown or
need.
anything else.
Oh, hypo and that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Try to put like Hurricane in there to get a little bit of pattern back, or even Enchi just to fatten it up a little bit more. Or
Dude,
KRG, I should say.
Versus, so Scrambler Clown Het Pied.
Oh yeah,
My God.
that's just Scrambler Clown.
Possible yellow belly.
It's gotta be yellow.
It's got to be yellow belly,
That's
yeah.
wicked.
Especially with the edging around that ringer and stuff, it looks yellow belly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
But still,
Where-
yellow belly clown doesn't look like that. That's fucking insane.
so when you were talking about adding that into hypo, is that truly the direction you're going with a lot of your scrambler stuff? Or are you doing obviously scrambler clown pied, scrambler hypo?
I mean, we'll
EG
probably
stuff,
hit
like-
some in the process. A lot of the stuff that we're working, like I said, it's not going to be
Weekend Warrior.
visual stuff. So, I mean, we'll hit stuff that's just het in the process.
Yep.
Same thing with blackhead, leopard, lavender, het pied to use down the road.
Unlock more Forever Kennedy, 10% off. Check them out. Appreciate you guys.
So,
Leopard, blackhead, lavender. You said. I'm sorry.
yeah,
So-
leopard, blackhead, lavender, het pied.
Big Double L, Weekend Warrior in the house. Make sure you guys take a look at that Weekend Warrior tier so we can shout you guys out on the genetic canvas and every other show.
And my favorite, normal.
Just what?
That's a nice
cryptic-
looking normal.
100% clown, pied, hypo, DG, MJ.
Oh wow.
100% clown pied.
Boy,
Girl.
girl, okay.
God.
Still, that's whoa.
Dude, the,
I mean-
the het influence on that is wicked.
Talk about
Yeah,
a snake that could never leave your collection.
Unfortunately, the male missed. So the male hit clown, pied, DG, and MJ. We missed the hypo on the male.
Okay.
Will must have looked it up. He said 4 Bongo Kryptons have been sold. Garrick sold
thought we
1.
did.
OEB, Sarge Serpents, and Primal Scales sold them with pin.
That's the male.
And that's what pentahet? You said it was
Well, quint. If you're gonna use quad, you're gonna go quint. Penta's in a different language of
yeah. Quint.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
5 hat
Five's
is what
quint.
that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this is the male, so it's quad. Like I said, it missed on the hypo.
Oh, so you're saying, you're giving us a grammar lesson. I want to pick up on this. So
So if you're doing triple, quad, quint would be
and then what would
5.
be the penta? What would that fall under? Penta and
Penta's 5, but it's a different
Language.
oh, okay, just different language. All right,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Uh,
I like doing things the right way.
if here's a hypothetical. I've ran it for myself. If you had to slim your collection down, you can keep all the codoms, whatever. 5 recessives. I call it the hand. It's my 5 most important recessives that I work. If you had to slim down to 5 recessives, what ones would you keep in your collection?
Axanthic for sure, because that's where, years ago what got me started was a VPI Axanthic pied. So the Axanthics would have to stay. I'd probably keep clown. Be a toss up actually between hypo and DG.
Okay.
I may stay hypo.
You're not
Get rid
keeping them both?
I'd probably, because lace makes such a DG-esque looking animal.
There
it's
you
not
go.
a
The
recessive,
white
so
lace
I can-
instead of desert
You can-
ghost.
yeah.
So I
trade
can
it
go
out
with
for
lace
the
instead of
recessive.
desert ghost.
So you got
Yep.
Okay.
So hypo,
Xanthic
clown,
hypo.
Axanthic.
And then
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, and it makes everybody that doesn't
I'd have
think
to
that
pick.
way.
I'm not sure which I'd go, but Monarch or Ultima, one of those two.
Okay.
MJ or VPI though? Jason asks.
Ooh, that's
MJ.
true.
MJ.
Okay.
That's
So you
not
got
what
one left. What else do you have? You have
Monarch.
you already said Desert Ghost, but Sunset.
Gotta throw the Monarch in there. Monarch, Sunset. What else are you gonna throw in there?
Well, it's Monarch or
Zebra?
Ultima, one or the
Monarch
other,
or Ultima.
but you got one left. Sunset, G Stripe,
Probably the one that's hidden in this one.
Cryptic. No, what's hidden in that?
That is
Zebra.
Chocolate, OD, DG.
Chocolate ODDG.
That puzzle.
Puzzle,
Puzzle,
okay.
there we go. I was gonna say that looks like a visual zebra to me. Sorry.
I was
Frank.
like, that zebra? I don't know, but that wasn't even on the list.
Actually, we don't. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have any no zebra.
You have it right there, dude. It's right there. You got it.
It's in your hand.
Shit. Sorry to all my zebra breeders out there, but that's the same shit. Um,
Right? Yeah. Zebra's a tough one.
And the other,
It's a
the other
tough one to. It's tough one to sell me on.
the
Me
other one
too.
that I don't have a single bit even het in here is monsoon.
I mean,
I
yeah.
haven't seen. To me, even the clowns haven't. They don't wow me because
Blown
it's
you away?
still.
Yeah.
It's kind of like why we only have a little bit of pin. It's a very overpowering gene.
Dude.
I
Same
think a
for
lot of
you.
people don't
Champagne.
see the potential with it though.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
pinstripe's so overpowering that you have to try to pull it back with these pattern reducers, like blackhead, where it really opens up the flaming and reduces pattern, and then pinstripe still fights it too much. And already with monsoon, I've seen some things that really bring it to like more of a labyrinth look. And
I mean the one thing that I've seen that completely wipes out monsoon and
pastel Mojave.
it completely wipes out pin is pastel.
Pastel Stranger. What? Who said it?
Pastel pin and pastel monarch both wipe. Those pastel's the only thing I've seen that wipes the pattern.
Yeah, the monsoon.
Pastel
Yeah.
Pin and Pastel Monsoon, you said?
Yeah, so when we were in Canada there a couple years ago, Billy had the first pastel monsoon pie. It looked like a pastel pin pied.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
the same. Yeah. The Monsoon Pied was nice, but yeah, the pastel one. I think Austin make the first one a couple years ago, and it was just
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
it was that. Yeah. There you go.
There's a axanthic pin pied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made it choppy and dirty looking.
Redhead does the Monsoon. That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, because Redhead kind of erases pattern too.
That's Jason said. Want to see what
So
it does.
one more project I want to hit on tonight is your MJDG Hypoclompide project, because that's another Quint project that you are working pretty far into now with this season and what you've been producing. So
we got a couple females in the male last year. I've got another pairing going on right now to try and make more females this year.
How did you make the quints?
The ones we have this year? So that pastel pin axanthic pied female that I just showed you.
Yep.
To our yellow belly spot nose DG double het clown hypo male.
Yeah, so you're testing for the clown the pied. Okay. It's nice you can do it nowadays. You don't got to go triple visual to double visual.
And so we did that same male this year to one of our leopard MJ pied females.
Okay.
So it'll still be a lot of testing.
Yeah. And what were the babies you were hitting? You hit just recently? Were they MJ axanthic pieds that were past double hets or something?
Yeah, I'll grab one of those. This guy is finally big enough to start doing work this year. So
Chalk Hypo clown.
Chalk Hypo 100% DG.
Wow. Did you produce that?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Amazing. Are you shooting for the JP special? Super chocolate DG Hypo clown?
We've got a super chocolate female clown that doesn't have anything else in her.
Can we see that?
It's my chocolate is one of my favorite.
Anybody who hasn't seen a super chocolate clown is in for a treat.
Yeah. Still my favorite animal ever produced. Super chocolate DG Hypo clown from JP Reptiles in Canada.
Look at that. Super chocolate clown. Yeah, that's so nice. They're so uncommon,
She took a while to get eating really well, but
she's just ridiculous, dude.
I know her sister's already breeding, but
could you imagine that in Monarch, Tyler?
Give it time.
Give it time.
Fuck, man.
I mean, any of those color palettes, you put that in Ultramel or any of those color palettes, it's gonna just be insane.
I'm a long way away from that. I got a pairing for there'll be GHI Mojave Chocolate Monarch Clown, like double heads. But that's the goal. Super Chocolate GHI Monarch Clowns. But I remember 10 years ago when I saw Brian hitting the camos, the Super Chocolate pin stuff. I was blown away by those.
Ma'am.
Is that the
So every spot nose I have will take your finger off.
Really?
Ah!
And what's that? That's spot yellow bell?
Spot nose lace. Nothing else.
Really?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
Spot nose lace clown, huh? All right, so let's see that clutch of MJs. Did you hit an MJ clown yet? I forget.
No, I wish I have. I've missed every chance we've tried so far.
Has anyone hit the MJ clown yet?
Garrett Meyer hit 2 MJ clown pies a year and a half ago.
MJ clown. Okay.
I think GCR's hit the MJ or the GCR clown.
Yeah, and they're compatible, right?
Yeah.
He's hit the triple, the GCR clown.
Scott and Jordan were one of the first few that proved that they were compatible.
Yep.
I think it was like last year. Wasn't it last year that you proved they were compatible? MJ and GCR? Yeah, you got the clown pies that are het MJ, GCR, but you didn't get the opposite.
We got the one that's not clown.
Yeah, I think it's so pretty.
But
and what else was in the pairing? Leopard,
Enchi,
Yellow Belly, Enchi. What else was in there?
No, this was a clown. Or sorry, a pie double het.
Okay.
MJ clown to a yellow belly triple het.
Yeah, there you go. So left is yellow belly.
Well,
the left clown pie is yellow belly.
Yeah.
The right clown pie is not. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice.
The right clown pied still has good head influences. It almost looks a little Enchi-ish, but
it's probably going to be het MJ. Are they 100% MJ or pop? Right.
66.
Yeah.
Just that head influences are just real strong in that one. But that yellow belly, man, it really. That's why. So.
And that's yellow
those
belly
two
too.
snakes in your right hand. That's why Justin called the one the pumpkin pie the first time he ever hit it, because of how much more pumpkin you color the oranges compared to the regular one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we did one of my other males that's yellow belly clown pied het MJ.
Okay.
Went to a hypo clown this year, but then I took our just MJ, the MJ pie, the lightning pie that we bought to prove out that GCR and MJ were the same, to our one of our big lace female clowns. So hopefully get lace and they'll be 100% triple hets.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lace is gonna go crazy when it gets into Xanthic.
I think so. I'd like to see lace Xanthic DG stuff.
You look at that yellow that it puts into things, and then you look at how the yellow translates in Xanthic. If it doesn't bleed like pastel, oh, that's a game changer.
I don't think it will bleed.
I don't think so either.
So this was one of the just pieds.
Yeah, that's
out of that clutch.
Dude, that's a wicked yellow belly pie.
So remind me, is it possible anything or guaranteed?
Well, it's
guaranteed.
It's 66 MJ, 66 clown.
Okay.
So.
And not for sale, huh?
Not yet.
Not until you test it.
Yeah.
My God. That's like one of the best looking just straight yellow belly pies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. All right. Let's see some of your favorite animals that you've produced.
Favorite that I produced?
Yeah, some of your favorites in the collection, produced or purchased, doesn't matter. I was just thinking ones you produced.
Do top 5 production.
Yeah, let's do a top 5 run through right now.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Xanthic
Freeway Xanthic.
Super gravel.
Super gravel. Okay.
Wow.
So I don't know that I will even ever try and breed her
Why?
because she's a Partho baby.
Oh, okay.
Because she came from a clown pied, and when I tested, there's no clown in her.
Hmm.
Oh, the dad was like, okay.
So that means she's mom. So super gravel.
Yeah.
Xanthic pied.
Gotcha. BPI too, huh?
No, that's NJ.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, why would you never breed that? That would just be ridiculous.
Because everybody I've heard that's
Yeah.
bred
Nope.
Parthos, the moms die, and she's
Yep,
like I said,
yep.
probably the top in the collection.
Yep.
So, a theory that I've thought about on the Parthos. So, how many years was it before we really picked up on that there were Partho clutches going out and being sold as normal babies?
I
And
believe I probably
even
got. I believe that.
nowadays,
I was going to say I think we've got some females that are probably Parthos
yeah,
because they
they don't lay
build.
fertile. They
Well,
reabsorb.
I was going to say they build to about 14 or 15 millimeters.
Right back
Too.
down. Yep.
And it's
14,
like
and
they know
I can
like
lock
their
them.
body's not gonna let it go, so they just suck it back up. And it's like I wonder if those are the Parthos, Partho females.
Yeah. So
Spot sunset.
spot
that.
sunset.
What's up, Jordan?
What up? Just got off work.
Yeah.
And
he had to
then-
make sure his sunset's got in the screen.
Of course, you notice that. And then the fire Pompeii.
Damn.
Nice.
I love the black outlining on that.
That's nice.
Put some lace in that thing. What else are
Yeah.
you gonna do with the Pompeii project?
Here.
Are you gonna try to mix it up and get genetics, like play with the genetics in a mixture outside of Pompeii, or just try to progress it?
Well, like I said, I'd like to see what put Wookiee Super Red Stripe into that. What's that going to do?
Yeah.
Because both are going to
That'd be
screw
real
the pattern.
interesting.
Obviously, lace.
Probably one of those lace clowns.
I was going to say the lace clowns are probably one of the other top 5s.
Yeah.
Or that dreamsicle. I was showing some of you before we started.
Oh yes, this. So you can show them both off first, and then describe what happened to you. So look at the difference between these two, everybody. And genetically, they're almost identical. So you go ahead and give us the breakdown.
And I'm not 100% sure that they're not visual DG. I'll have to test them, but they are extremely...
That one on your left hand, that one there, I believe, could be for sure.
Because, we had there's ones in the clutch that weren't, obviously are not DG, but this thing and that,
the head stamps are a lot lighter too,
out.
like a DG, yeah.
So this was a leopard cinnamon double het enhancer pied to a fire yellow belly het DG.
I'm going to retract my statement. I think that is cinnamon fire yellow belly Leo. I don't think it's.
I think it's a freeway.
I don't know.
It'd be easy to miss asphalt as much as Billy played.
So the dad
came from Billy too.
From Billy,
so.
And it's the dad that he used to make all of his enhancer pied stuff.
Let me see.
So when I called him when that clutch came out, and I sent him the picture, he's like, "Who's that from?" And I told him, he goes,
digging right now.
he's like, "Wait a minute, that ain't possible." And he goes and he starts pulling open all of his tubs of the babies that he held back.
Yeah.
He's like, "Shit, these do look like they have yellow belly or something in them." I'm like,
Look at that. Yeah, that's yeah. That
And
looks
he was
more
what
like
again?
asphalt or gravel.
It's supposed to just be a leopard cinnamon double het.
Yeah.
It's definitely not just a leopard cinnamon.
Shit. Do I have a leopard cinnamon?
You know, you can say het pied influence, obviously, but
Yeah.
He's in shed.
for it to be so much floating pattern and that belly is crazy too.
Asphalt would be easy to miss.
Because leopard usually has a lot more dark patterning down the
It's
center of its
pretty
belly. The only thing that's going to clean that up is going to be yellow belly or lace.
Yeah.
Or like a lesser or a Belgian or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a toss up. Some of the black pastel cinnamon combo stuff, especially with yellow belly, I've hit.
So to clarify here, they believe that the one animal was the leopard cinnamon yellow belly enhancer, and then the other animal seems to have the asphalt also involved from the Billy animal that they brought in, the dad. And so they believe that the other one is the black pass or cinnamon fire yellow belly leopard enhancer it would be a freeway.
Yeah.
And it does make sense,
yeah.
but we're
And it's
gonna
got the
have to
ringer.
see what the test says.
Yeah. I'm gonna, like I said, it's got the ringer, so I'm guessing the het pied come through.
Probably. I
could
This
see
is
it
what it
being the
reminds me of.
DG version without freeway.
I mean, this is breeder size, but it reminds me of this.
Yeah.
What's that, Tyler?
That's, as far as I know, Orange Dream Yellow Belly Cinnamon het pied.
No way.
I mean, it
Can
was.
we get you blown up there, please?
Yeah, I mean,
I want you to see that. Hold it closer to the camera.
Yeah. It was Posset Clown, didn't prove, but ODYB Cine het pied. That's what that girl was reminded. The one you showed, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, was reminded me a lot.
That's gonna prove to have something else in it.
I was gonna say that's got a solid.
That looks
dorsal
like cinnamon
Yeah.
mahogany yellow belly. That's what that looks like.
It was one of the simplest pairings I've ever done. Not really. I mean, it was an OD cinnamon het pied female to a Orange Dream Yellow Belly double het clown pied male. So there wasn't much to play with.
That's true for me, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally the only other thing it could be is super Orange Dream, and it's not.
No, to me it
doesn't
looks
make
just like a
any
cinnamon.
sense.
Like
It looks like a black pastel cinnamon or a black pastel or a red xanthic cinnamon, like a gargoyle look is what it has, you know.
But that's what, like, I've hit some black pastel yellow belly and cine yellow belly stuff that gives off a similar vibe to the one you've showed.
And OD usually tightens the alien heads back up in that combo, though. That's what's throwing me off.
That's number one right there.
Yeah, that's
You showing the special height.
no. That's one that has made a few clutches and will continue to work other projects. So
that's the black pastel, red stripe, yellow belly, Wookiee clown.
Wookiee. Yep.
Yeah. That thing.
Yeah. Wookiee, man, the oranges and the color saturation that Wookiee puts into things is really a reason to work it all in itself, because even if you compare the pattern to chocolate or whatever you want to say, like the debate was back in the day, you can't compare the colors.
No, not at all. That's wicked.
This is another project we're working on too. It's a special inchy hypo het pied.
There we go.
So I want to see it in pied. So
special.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. You know why? Because on camera it translates a little different, but it gives a very buttery tone, right? And we all know you can't put butter into pied, so you can never see that color palette.
We don't have this. Our plain special one, they look a lot better, a lot different, but they're all in shed.
Yeah.
But with what special does in clown with all the oranges,
this one's in deep shed, but
special hypo het pied.
Special hypo het pied male.
Dude,
now pinto. I mean, special pieds are like similar to a pinto pied with like just
that's why we put inchy in.
That's why with the inchy though it brings alien, or it brings pattern.
just
satin
like you're
pattern.
doing with the spot nose. So that's a direction you guys are working, is trying to bring pattern back into these really reduced pieds,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you have
genetically reduced pieds.
Yeah. If you want to work them, you do. Like I sold all my special pied stuff a couple years ago. But if I kept it, you would have to go
What up,
NG,
KG?
NG, to try and get pattern into it.
So there's a visual pied.
Uh-huh.
Add scrambler into it. You've got
Well-
lots of directions to play with.
What up, KG?
Just scrambler pied, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
We've got a
Mhm.
special het pied female that we could breed it to do a
See
Scrambler.
what's special.
see what it does.
Yeah.
Like that a lot.
Yeah, that'll be real interesting to see. Yeah, KG was the one that had a spot nose pied that had more pattern than just a head.
I saw a lesser pied that had pattern on it. I think it was like a
Yeah.
lesser super enchy pied or something.
I don't think I'd want to do the lesser pieds though, because they have the eyes that.
No,
That's
God
a-
no. But
Yeah.
I saw one listed. I was like, whoa, it's a lesser pied with pattern.
So there's a 1.4 of these floating around too.
1.4.
And what is this?
It's the VPI.
VPI, DG, hypo, clown.
VPIDG hypo clown. Okay.
That's a good project to have.
With-
So you're just raising up quints to breed together.
There's not quints. They're
Quads.
quads.
Those are
There's no
quads.
pied. There's no pied.
quads,
It's just
yeah.
clown. But we like that mix and match. So you can have the VPI version or you can have the MJ version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can have them on the table side by side and let them speak for themselves.
Yeah, I truly, I believe in the quality of MJ. I do have VPI because of the availability on the market, and I love playing around with exanthic and black and white snakes. So the more genetics I can play with, the better. That's why I did get into VPI, but I'm really, hoping to at least get MJ into some directions I want to work it directly in.
I don't remember.
This guy's
Maybe it was Sunday night. Wiz and them were talking. Whoever they had on Sunday night on the Breeding for the Future.
Colorado Cold Bloods, I think it was.
So
Yeah,
somebody,
that
I heard him mention this, and I'm like, oh, if you could only see it.
What is that?
A white snake.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah,
It was
I was
Colorado
like-
Cold Bloods.
That is what you call a pastel puma clown.
Oh wow.
So spark, yellow belly, and pastel gives you. And we had like 4 of them at one time. We've sold a lot of them, but
What?
And it
Puma-
wipes it, huh?
They're
Wow.
very powerful, but we've sold not like super powerful, but they're more powerful. But we've sold them off as pets, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because
Staying
it's a
away
fight.
from those.
yeah, everybody's like, when Puma stuff was first coming around, everybody's like, oh, what's a Puma clown going to look like? I want to try you can make one. I'm like, hold on a minute.
Nope, no pattern.
Puma clowns are. I've seen some nice Puma clowns. Don't put pastel in it.
Yeah, because like the het version has more pattern than that.
Yeah. I think I just sold her at a Puma Het G stripe. That was.
Yeah, I love the pastel highway and three-way clowns though. Those things are
Yeah.
insane.
I would not have expected that.
Oh, you could.
The boldness and the pattern of those and everything, the vibrance that they have.
Well, not that double het. So we've got the
Sunset Clown Project.
Sunset Clown Project. Here's one of the males.
OD, Enchi,
Fire,
pastel, fire.
red stripe, I think.
I think it's an Odie, Inchy, Red Stripe, Fire, Pastel, Double Het, Sunset Clown,
Damn.
Male.
So, okay. And then what kind of direction do you want to take with the Sunset Project end goal, or at least, the end goal that you can see with your genetics right now?
And definitely trying to brighten it for sure. Brighten the sunset, get the brown color out of them. So, I mean, I think you're going to have to add hypo in with your clown and your sunset to do that.
Okay,
So-
Hypo Sunset Clown. Are you guys gonna try like super red
Or-
stripe into
Or
it?
you do,
Or add Ultramel or something else.
or
Um,
so like
that's a
so
banana. Or
Coral
or
Glow,
Coral Glow.
banana, whatever, double het, Ultra Clown.
Nice.
Red stripe in
So
that one.
banana double het ultra clown, huh? And now, are you pursuing an Ultramel banana clown project?
Ultra, yeah.
Yeah, we've got
I showed them the mail.
we've got the Ultramel we got the Ultramel Het Clown, and we might take
Okay.
that gravel Ultramel Het Clown. We might take to a sunset. We've got visual sunset females.
Or then this is that yellow belly female that we're gonna try and hit the highways with.
Oh, okay, yeah, the
we're talking
Ultramel
about sunset.
highways.
Yep.
So we could take our spot nose sunset male to that,
Ultramel
or
highway
that double het sunset clown, and then we'd do a lot of testing.
hmm
But you could get
Yeah,
visual
shout out
clowns.
to shed
Yeah, that'd be
testing, man, because
You could get out. You could get visual clowns though that are double het Ultramel sunset.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But shout out to shed testing because before them, we wouldn't even be thinking about these type of pairings where it's like, oh, we have to test for triple hets. It's like, well, we have to hold back everything for possible triple hets. It's like we would have never did that.
We'd still be doing the pairings. We just have our holdbacks going from 80 to 180.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's changed the game 1,000,000%.
And then you have to also go, and then that's why, het markers were such a big thing throughout the years because you had to guess which ones you wanted to hold back so you didn't hold everything back. And then people were, holding back animals that didn't prove and selling animals that did prove.
Oh, well, here, while you run the Ultra Melt.
And that was what? The
Mojave.
Ultramel.
Mojave Ultramel Het Clown.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
you
Mojave
go.
Ultramel is one of my favorite combos of genetics with the Ultramel stuff.
This is a pairing we're going to try to hit this year too. So it's a special fire yellow belly lace het clown,
Okay.
and then we're going to breed it to a cypress vanilla clown.
That's wild.
Vanilla cream lace
It
clowns.
almost looks like a paint combo because of how the alien heads are so chopped up and like they don't have the true
Yep.
keyholes in them. They kind of look like that the paint look.
We've got
Yeah,
a
of course, she's in shed, but
It's crazy,
What is
right? Please, yeah.
Cypress Vanilla.
that?
Clown.
Oh, that's okay.
Like I said, she's in shed, but
Susan Chad, yeah.
Oh, we gotta switch that the banner though. Selective
Yeah.
60 gets you 60 days free.
Jared,
What up?
see the chat?
Let me check it. Yeah. So what's this one here? Oh,
so this is
damn.
that weird. Our vanilla line does this.
this is that vanilla line
What?
from Rennick.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. Even
That's
like the
calico
bottom
color?
of the alien heads almost look calico.
Yeah,
Is that
Ben
pastel
had,
vanilla or just vanilla?
Pastel,
Pastel.
vanilla.
Yeah.
Ben had this labeled as vanilla. I'm like, I've not seen any vanilla like this.
It almost looks like it has that like dark
And it-
green from
And
the
it's neon
Xanthic
yellow.
line.
Yeah.
That's wild looking.
So,
Wow.
don't know. That's part of the problem. Is like I said, the one collection we bought here in St. Louis. Him and his wife were very good friends with Ben. So there's a lot of stuff in here that
Don't know.
Yeah, Ben had a
No.
lot of animals that he was tinkering with. He got a lot of animals imported from Africa he never told nobody about. And then he'd hit some cool stuff and bring it to a show and be like, yeah, it's just something I'm tinkering with.
Yep.
But it's crazy, man. You guys got a lot of it, and that's awesome. and we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. It's amazing collection. Sorry you didn't make it any sooner, Jordan. We could have showed off more of your sunset stuff.
Oh, we don't have
Scott
a whole
X'd
lot.
it all out of the episode. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
we only have like what 15 recessives.
Yeah,
Something
exactly. Yeah.
like
We didn't make it through everything, but it was a great episode.
Yeah.
Thanks for
It's-
watching, everyone. We're gonna catch you guys backstage, talk for a little bit, but thanks everybody for watching tonight's episode. Make sure that if you joined us late, catch the replay, like, subscribe, consider becoming a Weekend Warrior member so that we can shout you out during every episode and on the other channel, on the other shows on the channel. Daily exclusive content out by the Prophet every morning, usually midday, but he tries to do it every morning. And they're always motivational. It's great, just it's what it is, motivation. I was trying to think of a better word, but for lack of a better word, it's great motivation to really just maybe get you over the hump that day. But besides that, you gotta join to check out the other exclusive content and perks. And next week's episode, we are going to be featuring the banana coral glow mutation. So you definitely don't want to miss that. It's going to be phenomenal. If you like beautiful snakes, this is going to be the place to be. Tomorrow, don't forget to check out Balls and Things at 8 p.m. and at 9:30. Go over to the More Forge channel. You know, we like to represent for our friends. So, More Forge, we appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks, guys.